No headings, no subtitles, just smooth, dramatic Netflix quality, storytelling with dialogue, twists, emotion, and a powerful moral description. And keywords are included at the end. 1,400-word cinematic VIP story. Marcus Wade stepped into the small sandwich shop wearing faded jeans, a frayed hoodie, and glasses he didn't actually need. No one who saw him would ever guess he was the multimillionaire, owner of the entire Wade's Fresh Eats franchise, or that he was. They're on an undercover inspection after receiving a suspicious wave of customer complaints. The bell above the door jingled as he entered. Behind the counter stood a red-faced manager named Brent Lawson. He didn't even bother greeting Marcus. He was laughing loudly with two employees, leaning against the soda machine like he owned the world. Marcus cleared his throat. "Hi, I just want to order a turkey club on wheat, please." Brent didn't move. Yeah, he muttered, waving dismissively. "Take a number." Marcus glanced around. "There aren't any numbers." Brent rolled his eyes. "Then just wait." God, some people are needy. Marcus felt his jaw tighten. He forced a calm expression. "That's fine. Take your time." While he waited, Marcus observed everything. Dirty tables, sticky floor, overflowing trash, and a fridge door left slightly open. The employees looked bored, irritated, and exhausted. One teen worker, dark circles under her eyes, kept apologizing silently with her gaze every time. Brent raised his voice. This wasn't how any Wade's location should look, not even close. Finally, Brent slapped a sandwich onto the counter. "Here, turkey club. 11.95. Marcus reached for his wallet. "Thank you. Do you have a receipt?" Brent scoffed. "Nope. Machine's broken. Cash only today." Marcus knew immediately what was happening. Cash only meant theft. No receipts meant pocketing profits. He paid anyway, grabbed the sandwich, and walked to a corner table. He unwrapped it slowly, lifting the top slice of bread, and then he froze. There, squirming inside the lettuce, was a cockroach. Marcus stared at it, at the tiny, disgusting insect crawling across his food, and felt something inside him snap. Not out of disgust, not even out of anger, but out of disappointment. Deep, bone-heavy disappointment. He stood, sandwich still open in his hand, and walked calmly back to the counter. "Excuse me," Marcus said. Brent didn't look up. "What? Hoodie boy." Marcus lifted the sandwich just high enough for the manager to see. Brent's face twisted in annoyance. "Dude, what do you want now?" Marcus spoke quietly. "There's a cockroach in my sandwich." The conversation died. Every employee froze. The teen girl covered her mouth in horror. Brent frowned, irritated. "Okay, that's not my problem. You probably brought it in yourself. People like you always trying to get free stuff. People like you." Marcus didn't react. "Are you refusing to address this?" he asked softly. Brent snorted. "I'm refusing to be scammed. Now get out of here. You got your sandwich. Don't like it? Too bad." Marcus inhaled slowly, exhaled deeply, and then did the one thing Brent never expected. He pulled his wallet from his pocket and slid out a sleek, platinum business card with his name and title in embossed letters. Marcus Wadicio Wade's Fresh Eats on 80 O'Neill. He placed it gently on the counter. Brent's face drained of color. The employees gasped. A pin-drop silence took over the room. Marcus kept his voice measured, steady, but with a quiet power that shook the room. "I didn't bring a cockroach," he said. "You served it," Brent stammered, voice cracking. This isn't your—" Marcus pointed to the filthy kitchen behind him. "This location is violating health codes, stealing profits, disrespecting customers, and mistreating employees." Brent swallowed hard. "Sir? Mr. Wade, please." Marcus raised a hand. "Don't lie to me. Not now." The teenage girl suddenly stepped forward. "Sir, he's been stealing cash for months. He yells at us, forces us to stay past closing without pay, and tells us to ignore the bugs and mold." Brent snapped. "Shut your mouth, Jamie." Marcus looked at her gently. "Is that true?" Jamie nodded, tears forming. "We tried reporting him, but he threatened to fire all of us." Marcus turned back to Brent. "You're fired," he said calmly. Brent's voice shot up an octave. "Yo, you can't fire me." Marcus stepped closer. "I own this company, and I just did." The employees began whispering, staring at Marcus with a mix of shock and hope. Brent stumbled backward. "Come on, Marcus, sir. We can work something out." Marcus shook his head. "You didn't just fail at your job," he said. "You failed as a human being." He took the cockroach-filled sandwich and dropped it into the trash. "And you endangered people's health." Brent's face twisted with anger, but he had no power left. He grabbed his coat and stormed out the door. The moment he left, the entire energy of the room shifted. Jamie wiped her tears. "Are we getting fired too?" "No," Marcus said softly. "You're getting retrained, and you're getting a safer workplace starting today." She breathed out in relief. Marcus walked behind the counter, opened the fridge, checked the back storage, and inspected every inch of the place. The staff followed him anxiously. He found moldy produce, expired meats, and a cockroach nest near the baseboards. The employees looked ashamed. "This isn't your fault," Marcus assured them. "You were given a bad leader." He pointed toward the door. "That ends today." A timid voice spoke up from the back. It was an older employee, maybe in her 50s, wiping her hands on an apron. Mr. Wade, will this place shut down? He smiled warmly. No, I don't punish communities when one man is the problem. We fix, we rebuild, we lift people up. Her eyes softened. No one ever cared enough to say that. Marcus nodded. I do, because I've been where you are. The room fell quiet. He looked around slowly. When I was your age, I worked in a sandwich shop not much different from this one. Bad boss, dirty kitchen, no respect. He paused. I promised myself that if I ever owned a business, I would treat people with dignity and give them opportunities, not fear. Jamie sniffed. That's what we need. Marcus smiled. And that's what you'll get, starting now. He spent the next hour showing them how to store food properly, how to clean equipment, how to rotate ingredients, and how to follow standards. The employees watched him like he was performing magic. By the time he finished, the shop looked brighter, cleaner, lighter. Before Marcus left, Jamie approached him with trembling hands. Thank you, she whispered. You didn't just fire him, you saved us. Marcus gently patted her shoulder. You saved yourselves. You spoke the truth. As he turned to walk out, he looked back at the employees, hopeful, empowered, free. The bell jingled softly behind him as he stepped into the sunlight. For Marcus, this wasn't just business, it was justice. And justice, he believed, should always be served fresh. Moral lesson: power means nothing if it isn't used to protect, uplift, and improve the lives of others. Never judge people by appearance, and never be afraid to stand up against wrong. Change begins with one voice, one action, one brave moment.